Welcome to Rock Talk Lapidary, your podcast for everything rocks.
Coming to you every Thursday 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time.
Be sure to like, subscribe, and tap that bell. Let's get rockin'.
Let's get rockin'! Welcome to Rock Talk Lapidary, your place for everything rocks. We bring you some of Lapidary's most influential and creative people, just like you and me. I'm Kirsten Safford, your host. This is my channel, Sir Kirsten Safford Art. And before I bring on my amazing co-hosts, I want to tell you a little bit about how to enter our giveaways. As you know, we do weekly giveaways. And you follow our link from Facebook. You will have to log into YouTube to drop comments. The comments are then tallied, kept track of, and then we do a giveaway at the end of the show every week. And then in addition to that, that is also how you enter our big giveaway, which we'll be talking about later at the end of the show. So without further ado, tonight is kind of a big fun show with an inventor. So that's going to be pretty exciting. Pretty sure I have everything. Oh, if you are listening to us on Spotify on Friday morning, thank you. Please be sure to drop a comment so I can keep track and add you into our giveaway as well. So let's see, we meet here every Thursday at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 9 p.m. Eastern. And let me introduce you to some of my co-hosts here. The first co-host I want to bring on is Courtney.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Courtney.
I know she looks at our pictures and finds who's not paying attention when she decides who to bring on.
I promise I don't.
Hi, guys. I'm Courtney King, CNS Services, Cabs and Stones. I cut cabs, I cut slabs, I sell it all. I just like to play with rocks because rocks are fun. You can find me on my Facebook page, on my website. The links are in the description. Other than that, just happy y'all are here for another fun episode. Super excited to meet Nick and see what his deal is.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and bring Dave on next. Hi, Dave.
Hey, everybody. Good to see y'all. It's been a week.
Up?
Yeah, not that I haven't talked to you some through the week, but I still miss everybody when we're not face to face.
Yes.
So, hey, everybody out there. Good to see you again this week. Thank you for joining us. I'm Dave. I'm with Rock Tumblers for Autism. I'm a cabber and a slabber, but I also run a charity for kids who have autism, and we raise funds and give them a rock tumbler to get them interested in doing a little more with their rocks.
Super cool.
Awesome. All right, let's bring on Ryan.
Right.
Hello, everybody.
Hola.
I'm Ryan with Glacier Bros. Me and my little brother, we sell roughs and slabs on Facebook a couple nights a week.
Can you guys all hear him?
Yes.
Hello?
Yep.
Hello.
Okay.
Okay, sorry, that was on my end. I apologize.
Oh, no, you're good. Yeah, so we
Technical
sell
difficulties.
roughs and slabs live on Facebook a couple nights a week.
Always.
It's a lot of fun. And you could always come and learn something, too. Make sure that you like, share, and subscribe and turn the bell on for us. So we have all that stuff set up. Other than that, let's have some fun. I'm excited. I know a little about Slabasaurus, but not a lot. I'm excited to learn.
Yeah,
Nice. Oh, Dave, how about you talk about what you like to talk about, and then we will get into a couple little things before we go.
Talk about what I like to talk about. I like to talk about rocks. Right?
And?
So, yeah. You know something? I've got a shop full of this stuff behind me. You know, some of it used, some of it new. I can't stop. I have to have the next greatest, best thing to do something with rocks.
Stickers?
Oh, the stickers. You said talk about what I like to talk about. That's right. I'm supposed to do this after that part, aren't I? See, Courtney, the snappy one, keeps me in line.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Courtney. So now I get what she's saying. Hey, don't forget, and let me see if I can get these up there where you guys can see them. So I put these on everything. I've even got them on cabbing machine, my bucket. These are our Rock Talk Lapidary stickers. You want to go around town and slap one of these on everything you can see. So you can get these for $2 a piece, or you can buy 10 of them at $1.75 each. And there's a link at the bottom of your screen there. Just scroll down until you find them, and you can order them. We will send them to you. You can also get these if you're fortunate enough to buy something from one of us. We will slip one of these inside the package along with it, so you get one for free.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Thank you. We do have some new merch coming out soon, but we're not going to make that announcement until the time is ready. So hopefully by the end of the
should
season.
be here by next week. It's supposed to be in this week. I'm expecting it tomorrow. I'll pick it up early next week. So hopefully by the next show, we can show you and tell you all about it. Super
Awesome.
excited.
I love that because the rest of the co-hosts are in the dark about what it is.
Surprise, guys.
Don't like
It's a
it.
surprise. Don't like it?
You don't like
Very
surprises?
much your luck.
We're used to planning everything, so not
Yes.
being in on something and just being like, what is going on?
Sorry,
Hey,
I had
Ryan,
just had to
what-
do this as a surprise.
Ryan, would you mind talking about what the giveaway is going to be tonight?
Yeah, so tonight's giveaway is from Brad, who is not here yet. Hopefully he'll be here. It is a really nice, that is a satin spar selenite tower. And then the other one, this is a nice fossil cab. It's an ortho fossil.
I just call it ortho because I can't pronounce it.
Yeah. I'm not a fossil guy. That's not my thing. You know what I
I think
mean?
it's just Orthoceras. But
Orthoceras, I believe is what it is.
correct
okay.
me in the
Write it
comments
down.
if you know more than me, which probably is everybody.
Looking it up now.
Right, and I believe he's throwing in a couple of slabs as well.
He is, yeah.
Yet to be determined.
Awesome.
So that'll
Now
be
you
a
guys
nice
get to know
surprise.
how me and Dave feel about the merch.
That's true.
You're gonna love it. I'm
I'm
just
sure.
gonna say that.
I'm
You're
sure I
gonna
will.
love
I'm
it.
excited.
And
I always love our stuff.
I'm really hoping to get it in time to send you guys some of it,
Heck yeah.
so you can see it before we present it on the show.
Nice.
Yay.
So
I like free stuff.
Sorry.
Swag. It's
Well, who
swag. That's
doesn't?
what we call it at the union.
it is
It's
swag. It's gonna be really cool. Yeah, I'm super excited about it. I just did it on a whim. You know, I didn't even discuss it with Kirsten. I was just like, guess what I did?
Yeah, she surprised me one day. She's like, look at this. I'm like, wow, that's awesome. Can't wait.
Because, you know, I'm a snappy nut job. That's
I was going to say, snappiness forgiven.
Oh, you know. So, anyway.
All right.
I think we have a really awesome spotlight tonight.
We
Our
do.
viewer
We
spotlight.
do. Our spotlight tonight is Sharon Osborne. She's with Hallelujah Hills. You can find her on Facebook. I'm going to show you a couple of her cabs and so this is a Shattuckite cab that she made that is absolutely stunning. And then the other two are videos. So let me go down to the videos. So Sharon is actually we admin in a Facebook group together.
Oh, leopard
Yeah,
opal.
that's a piece of leopard opal that she cut a cab on. And this is the Morenci turquoise with pyrite. Absolutely beautiful cab. She makes stunning material.
Oh, wow.
Fabulous person. Yeah,
That's
so I
so
was
pretty.
really glad she sent these little videos. Because, you know, some of the stuff you can't really tell how beautiful it is.
Right.
And then she is also, I really have never seen anybody else selling this, but she sells it like crazy. So this is what surfite rough looks like. And then she takes that and she cuts it into these cool slabs and sells slabs of it. So you can find her again at Hallelujah Hills on Facebook. You can find her on several Facebook groups. She posts all over the place. So she's a phenomenal, wonderful person, and we just wanted to give her a shout out. We appreciate her being our viewer spotlight this week. And yeah,
Sharon's
check her
awesome.
out. She's great.
She is.
Great.
That is awesome. Okay, I think we can
Oh, she's watching.
bring
Hi,
Nick
Sharon.
in. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
I
let's
always
bring
love
Nick
that.
on. Yeah. Yes, William. The slabs are really, really cool. Hi, Nick.
Hey, Nick.
Hey, how's it going, everyone? Nick
Hello.
Braun with Slabasaurus.
Yep.
What?
So,
Yeah, go ahead, Dave. Sorry.
oh, I'm just going to say,
I'm
I thought it
so
was my
excited.
job to introduce Nick, and I'm really excited about it too. So Nick is kind of one of those all-around rock hound guys that has a little backstory himself, but he does a lot of rock hounding, and I'm telling you, you got to see the stuff that he picks up. He's about 2 hours from me. He picks up material that will just blow your mind. And when he slabs it, I'm just sitting there. I've just got drool coming down on my chest because, I mean, he finds some nice material, anything from agate to petwood to jasper, and he knows all of the good spots to go to. Nick, also, if you look behind him back there, he is also somewhat of an inventor. I believe you said you and your dad have a machine shop that you do this stuff in, if I understood you correctly. Yeah.
Nice.
So I want to introduce you tonight to Nick Braun of Slabasaurus.
All right, how's it going, everyone? So let's see. We'll just start from the beginning. Kind of new to rock hounding. I started basically real seriously about 3 years ago. Whoa, that's quite the shuffle going on.
Me and Kirsten doing the same thing at the same time. Sorry about that.
No worries.
You're supposed to be big, not me.
So got real serious about rock hounding about 3 years ago. Me and a good friend here locally, and started getting out, collecting more rocks. And of course, we wanted to know what was inside of those. So that led to getting a lapidary saw and started cutting and slabbing stuff, and started running into situations where I had rocks that wouldn't fit in my saw vise or wouldn't hold well enough. So it kind of led to this guy right here, the Slabasaurus. Kind of came up with this, a prototype a little over a year ago. And yeah, I invented this guy to hold odd shaped rocks so that you could securely slab them.
How does it work?
All right. So
Tell, please.
So this is it right here. So we call this the tail stock. So this is the part that you would actually clamp in the vise of your saw.
Okay.
We've modified it now to where this part can be mounted this way, as well as horizontally for vertical saw vices as well.
Gotcha.
And then these screw heads that you can move around, that's actually what is clamping the rock itself. So this guy moves up, you fit your rock in there, and then this nut tightens down, tightening the two halves of the vise plates together.
Nice. And how wide does it slide? That makes sense.
So if your nut is slid all the way to the top, you've got a height between screw heads that is a little over 7 inches.
Nice.
So the total height of
for-
this is 8 inches in height.
Okay. So it's perfect like for a 14-inch saw or bigger.
Right.
Yeah, so we've got people using it up to an 18-inch.
Okay.
These sets of rods we can offer in different lengths. So we've actually have some people using this in a 12-inch saw, and they requested a shorter rod set so it would fit in their saw.
Right.
So that is an option as well.
That's great. That's great.
Yeah.
It's able to be modified for different sizes. I love that.
And I
And
see
we
you've
are
got
working.
one. Yeah, I was going to say, I see you have one sitting back there with the rock already in it.
Yeah, so this is a new little guy. We're calling this the Rockadile. So this is going to be for like 12-inch and smaller saws. And it will also have a guide system so that it will fit on the guide rod on smaller slab saws.
Nice.
So it will work like similar to how a vise would in a less expensive trim saw.
That's cool. That's really cool.
That's the one I'm waiting on now. I have the bigger one.
Yeah. Yep.
That's how we met, is because I saw your post on Facebook. And when I saw it, I said, "Yep, that's the one for me." I got permission from my wife, and I ordered it. I only order if I get permission. She said, "Yeah, order it," so I did. And
That's
yep,
important. That's important.
right. And
Yep.
so this is a thunder egg that would not fit in my 16-inch saw, and this is actually, because of the way it was shaped, it wouldn't sit in the vise correctly to get enough of a bite on it, even with shims, and it was too big for the 10-inch. So this actually belongs to a friend of my daughter's who works at Safeway, and she'd been waiting for a long time to get this sliced open. So this was one of the first two things I slabbed open. I'd been telling her I've got a device that I'm looking at, waiting for it to come. I think at the time you weren't quite into full production yet. I had to wait on mine for a few weeks until you got caught up. And so that was one of the first things I did, was threw that in there. And it'll hold anything. I mean, if you can get the screw set in a place where you can come down, when you tighten that nut, whatever you do, don't have your finger in the way, because it will pinch the skin right off of it. I'm telling you from experience.
Yep.
I
Be
bet.
careful what your fingers are when you tighten this thing down. And but it hold very well. And so yeah, fantastic piece of equipment.
Yeah, I mean, if you torque that nut down tight enough, you can split rocks with it. I've split a couple thunder eggs in half tightening it too tight.
Wow.
Now, good question about that, because Jaws Jr. and I were talking the other day. He does a lot of obsidian. Have you put obsidian in that yet?
Yes, I have. Not a lot. I've only cut like 3 or 4 pieces, but so far worked just fine.
Okay.
There was a little bit of chipping, so I would say it would be okay for cutting up rough pieces, but I wouldn't want to put something in there if you were concerned about the surface finish.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And Jaws was concerned about whether or not it would cause fracturing inside because of the way that it holds. But I have a piece I'm supposed to try. I just haven't had time yet.
So I haven't seen any fracturing yet. I've cut quite a few different types of materials, so that hasn't been a problem that I've seen. Something else I wanted to mention about maybe cutting obsidian or materials that have a softer or more fragile surface is you can always stick like a shim of wood or like a piece of thin cutting board or something between the screw head and the material. And that will kind of act as a buffer so that you don't have that hard screw head.
Did you ever think about using like this might sound weird. Do you know how like on gaming controllers they have like rubber covers that go around the joysticks? Have you ever thought about maybe using something like that around and just selling them with each one, so that way there's some cushion in between?
That's
definitely. It's trying to figure out the best thing. So any soft material that you would slide over that head, you're not going to clamp on that very many times before you cut through that material. And so it's kind of a disposable thing. One thing that I've mentioned to other people is just like inexpensive vinyl tubing, like from Home Depot or a local hardware store. Buy a foot of it, cut it into little 1/2-inch chunks and slide it over your screw heads. That works really good too.
Yeah.
We have a couple of questions from viewers
All right.
before we get too far in. Jackie would like to know did Currently Rock Hounding just do a video about your device recently?
Yes, they did. Yep.
Okay, so that is the one you saw, Jackie. That's super cool.
Yeah.
And then Jaws Jr., who we were just talking about a few minutes ago, that does the obsidian, said most slab grabbers shatter obsidian. How does it work on yours and not shatter it?
That I don't know. I can tell you I've mounted 4 pieces in it, mounted tight enough that they didn't move, and I was able to cut a couple slabs off of each piece.
Okay.
Didn't break
probably
it.
Just a matter
maybe
of
I'll do a video.
Sure probably just a matter of making sure you don't clamp it too tight.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of that is just about the clamping force in itself, for sure. Yeah.
Right. Very interesting. Very interesting.
Because it's being clamped from so many different points. You know what I mean? That it's not causing that much damage. I know a lot of clampers or like slab grabbers that I've seen on the market. They don't grab from that many points, and that could cause a problem.
Well, and what you see right there, Nick actually only has 4 screws in the picture here, but it comes with 6. And so you can put those in kind of a circular pattern. So if you've got something from the top, but you need something a little bit that holds it from the side, it kind of does that as well to keep that from moving sideways. And sometimes you don't have to clamp it as tight.
So
Yep, see,
only
even
the
she's a professional in obsidian, like more than most people. Sharon Osborne is, and
Yeah.
she said it's probably because of the way it holds compared. I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
That's what I was just thinking too.
Right. And
just
You're
less
getting
pressure
pressure.
on
that.
each point.
Yeah, because if you line it up correctly before you screw everything down, you just even the points out. So it's putting even pressure throughout the stone. I mean, you could tell how you made it. That's definitely the way you need to do it. Pressure
Right.
per side, and then crank it down with that top nut, and I think it would work.
So I did want to mention one thing, Dave. So the very first Slabasauruses did come with 6 screws. The current vices that we're selling only come with 4.
Oh, okay.
If people want more screws, we're willing to send them a couple extras. But I only ever use 4. Sometimes I'm only using 3. So very rarely have I ever used 6.
So far, I've only used 4 myself. It seems to hold very well, but there was that option with mine, so I did not know that you had changed it. But yeah, it worked really well.
Yeah, and we've had a few people cut heads off the screws, so having some spares is always a good idea. Yeah. Hey, I've snagged a couple.
I trimmed mine the first time. Yep, just barely trimmed
yeah.
off the top of it, and just so that people know, if you're worried about that, it won't hurt your saw blade if you hit that screw. The steel is actually softer than what most rock is.
Yeah, the diamond would just cut straight through that screw like
it doesn't even notice.
Yeah.
So what is the advantage of your device compared to using like water glass and a piece of wood? Other than that it holds the odd shapes, right? And you don't have to go through that whole soaking off process or chiseling off, as in my case.
Originally, I like to tell people that it was quicker than the gluing method. I haven't used the gluing method myself. I've talked to quite a few people who do use that method or have used that method.
Right.
And talking to them about how long that takes and the process just seemed too long. I'm an impatient person, kind of. So this is quicker than that. But I do want to mention to people that if you have a really odd shaped rock, this can take a little bit of time to get it set up correctly. But when it is set up correctly, it's not going to come out.
Right.
Okay. Hey, Dave, you were telling us a little bit before the show about the graveyard point that you slabbed.
Yeah.
Can you talk about that a little bit? Because I thought that was really cool how you basically had no waste because of the Slabasaurus, right?
Right. And so it was already flat on one side. So I got this. And so you guys may remember that we got rocks with Brad and Hannah. I actually got this, a good 3 years ago from them. But it would not fit in my saw. It was a fairly thin slab. It was one slab thicker than what you see right here right now, and one side was squared but the other side was rough, but it would not fit in the vise. It was just too thin to be able to fit in the vise and get it to the blade. And so the first thing I did when I got that was the first thing in the Slabasaurus. Nice thing about it was that flat side, Nick, if you could open that up where people could see, it was so I could actually set this in there right up against those screws, or the pieces on the back. When I set it, it come up against the back planes, and the screws were all the way in, so it held it really tight. And what I did when I did that, I got more out of it, and I just started slabbing from the outside. But my final slab, where those screws were screwed all the way in, and that sitting was just about a 7 millimeter thick slab on that piece of graveyard point right there. Yeah, exactly like that.
Okay.
And so that really, if you have this type of a piece, really helps secure that so it doesn't move, and you don't have to put as much torque. As long as you can get the screws where they'll sit against there, I didn't have to put nearly as much torque against it, and it gave me a nice even cut, especially on that last slab. It was just beautifully perfect. And so that right there actually will go on the vibra lap, and that will become a display piece because of the way that cut it's so beautiful. Right. And so I really like that. The other thing too is if you have a rough piece like this, when I cut this thunder egg, so now I can flip that thunder egg around, and I can put that flat side in those screws where I want it and tighten that down again. And I can come back, if I want to slab this, I can just start taking little slabs out of that. I already have a flat surface that I'm working with on the second round. You can do both halves that way.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dave. Sharon, who was our spotlight, would like to know how far out from the clamp are the screw heads?
So the screws that come with it, there are 2 inches in length. The vice plates are 3/4 of an inch, and we recommend that you don't run the screws out past the back of the vice plate.
Okay.
We have had some people buy their own sets of screws. I just recently got pictures and videos from a guy that had 4-inch screws sticking out of his.
Wow.
And he had a pretty long rock hanging off of it and said it worked fine. So,
Okay.
that is an option. I've put a rock that weighed almost 30 pounds in this thing.
Oh, wow.
And no issues.
No
Yep.
issues. Okay.
Yep.
Good to know. Good to know.
Now, I
That's
did
so
find
cool.
that I had to adjust because of the way it sits in the vise. I ended up putting a brick on one side of it to bring it back toward the front of my vise so I would get the full use of my vise because the way it sits down and clamps in there. And the way, like, I have a 16-inch Highland Park, once I did that, I just didn't have enough room. So when I put that in there and then I put the Slab'asaurus and it slid me back far enough that when I pulled my vise out, I still had all of that clearance on there. So sometimes there's a little adjusting that way to get it to where it needs to be in the vise so you have the full use of it. But man, I couldn't be happier.
Yeah, in my 16-inch Covington, I generally have a 2x4 on either side of the tail stock, so it's centered in my vise.
Yeah.
Okay. I
And-
like the fact that you can now swivel that tail stock. Is that what you're calling it?
Yeah, so
That sticking out piece. I like
Yeah,
that you
so
can
the-
swivel that because I do have a vertical vise on mine. So
Yeah, that
makes
was
a
really
huge difference
important.
for me.
Yeah, so this end is machined so it can be mounted this direction, and the
Right.
other end is mounted like that. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so you can
Yeah,
run it
that's-
in any kind of vise.
Yeah, that's great.
Now, let me
I
tell
love
you,
that.
when you get this, read the flipping directions. Don't have to contact Nick and say, Nick, this thing doesn't sit right on there, because you can put that tailstock on the wrong way, and he's like, how the flip did you do that?
I'm gonna need you to fly to Maryland and do it for me, okay?
We can't assemble them if someone doesn't feel like they have the mechanical ability or doesn't want to deal with putting it together. We can assemble them. It's just going to cost a little more for shipping, because it's kind of big. Yep.
Right. You actually sent that to me in a small flat rate box.
Correct.
So
Yep.
I think the difference would have to be going to probably the medium flat rate box with the packing in it.
Correct.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Would it fit in there with the length and height if it's all put together?
In a medium?
Yeah.
It'd be close. It'd be close.
Yeah, I would think it would be real close.
Yeah.
I don't
It's
know. I
easy to
think
put
it would
together.
be fun to put it together. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
It
doing
really-
that kind of stuff.
If you look at it and you use just a grain of common sense and read the instructions, it really would. And I think yours were online, weren't they? Was an online instruction I had to go look at. And
Yeah,
so you know,
Yeah, we have a video on our Facebook page, and as well as currently Rock Hounding did somewhat of an assembly video about it as well. Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't watch the video.
So if someone wanted to order one, would they just shoot you a message on Facebook? How would they go about getting a hold of you to order one?
So they could shoot me an email. That would be probably the easiest way. Messenger on Facebook. Just shoot me a message. Everything is through PayPal right now, unfortunately. I'm a one-man show, so getting a website done has been a bit of a challenge. But hopefully that'll be up soon, and then people will just be able to shop e-commerce style through our website.
Okay.
But for now, PayPal is the way we're doing it.
Okay. Perfect. All right. So you want to talk about some of the rocks that you sent us pictures of a little bit, or you want to
Sure,
keep talking
yeah.
about the
I wanna see-
Slabasaurus?
Yeah.
Okay, let's
Yeah, let's
move
look
on
at
to
some
some
rocks.
fun rocks because we do like the rocks. All
Yeah.
I'm
That
just
is
gonna-
why he created it,
I'm
right?
just gonna flip through
Oh,
the
yeah.
pictures and you tell us a little bit about them. And
All right.
if I'm going too slow, you can say next. If I'm going too fast, you can say yo, stop. Wow, what is that?
So this is some petrified wood that I just collected actually last weekend out near Prineville Reservoir.
Wow, that's beautiful. I like that
Yeah.
burgundy in there.
Same piece.
Same
Yep.
piece.
Man.
God, that's huge.
Yeah, it's I don't know, probably about 12 pounds or so.
Okay.
All those slabs came off of it. Yep.
Wow. Nice. Nice. Oh, that's cool.
Another piece of petrified wood. I think they call it like rot wood. Someone said that
Yes.
it was maybe. Is that
Pocket
correct?
rot.
That
Pocket rot.
looks like
Yeah,
some
there you go.
pocket rot in
Pocket
there.
rot.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Or dino wood,
Neat.
some people call it.
Found in the exact same area as the previous piece.
Okay.
Nope.
Oh my
A
gosh.
piece of dino gem bone.
You need to
Just
send
got
that one to me.
Right.
I've got a lot.
Don't worry, Courtney, I got you.
Yeah, so just got this recently from a guy on the Boneyard on Facebook.
Yeah.
And this is
Okay.
going to be a macro photography project.
Okay. Yeah. Those
Yeah, and that's
colors
another
are
thing
beautiful.
that Nick gets into. Nick does macro photography.
Yeah.
Nice.
So this came out of the same batch from Aaron on the Boneyard.
Okay. And that's obviously the Slabasaurus.
No, actually, that's the
No.
Rockadile.
Is that
That's
the
the
little
new
guy?
little version. Yeah. Yep.
It's cute. Oh my.
Yeah, just finished this macro photo today. So this is a piece of gem bone, really transparent, highly agatized.
Yeah, look at the tribecula in there. That's really cool.
That's
Yeah.
beautiful.
This is actually 2,700 photos in total. This
Really?
took me about a week of editing to put this together. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
This is a piece of petrified wood. So that piece of pocket rot that you showed, this is actually a macro photo of that piece of wood.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool.
It's about a 10x magnification.
Okay.
Another piece of dino bone, gem bone. Yeah.
That is
Some
so
gorgeous
cool.
trabecula in there.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is a piece of, I believe this is moss agate that I just cut recently.
Okay.
Same thing, high
That is
magnification.
really cool. Yeah, how you magnify and get that coolness. This wouldn't happen to be that piece, would it?
No, that
No?
actually
Okay.
different piece. Yeah. This is some Indonesian agate. I'm not really sure what the correct term would be for this. Maybe moss.
Yeah, it's a moss agate.
Yeah.
I believe they call it scenic moss over there.
Yeah.
I'm not wrong.
I love how it's got the green and the brown and the yellow, and that's beautiful.
Yeah. This one, it's really interesting stuff. Yep. Let's see. Got this one last weekend as well. Same spot as the petrified wood.
Wow.
Yep. Little jasper agate.
Oh my God.
So that was the same Indonesian agate that you just showed.
That?
Yep. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Just held up in the sun.
Wow. That is really, really cool.
They have some phenomenal material over there.
They do.
Definitely.
They do. That makes me want to open my boxes that I have from my Indonesian guy.
Do it.
I will.
Let's see. So this is that same large jasper agate that you just showed.
This one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, we just
Now,
got
is this
a little
something
bit
here
out
that
of order.
you found, Nick, or is this
Now
something
that's
that
neat.
you
Yep.
Really? Where'd you find it?
Out near Prineville Reservoir, the Bear Creek area. Same place as the petrified wood that you just showed. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I only had to hike about a mile with that 25-pound rock in my backpack.
Oh, that's right. You're the one that does the backpack thing. No, don't do that. You're gonna hate yourself in a few years.
Yeah, kind of hurt myself last year.
Let's see. This?
Hava Ridge Jasper, I think is what that's called.
That's amazing.
I think it's from Eastern Oregon or Western Idaho. Can't really remember where the mine's at.
That's beautiful. I think you need to share.
Yeah, so same pieces there, just in some
just slab form. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Not really sure what this material is. This was found out in the Bear Creek area near Prineville Reservoir. I thought it was maybe some kind of like petrified fern or something like that. No one can really give me a definitive answer. It's definitely not bone. but has some transparent cells in it.
Right. Yeah,
Wow.
that's interesting. Oh my gosh. Is that wood?
So this is a piece
Wow.
of petrified wood from a friend of mine in northeast New Mexico.
That's amazing.
So to talk about that last picture, it looks like in your Bear Creek area, they are finding iolite. Because that's what I was thinking it was. I just looked it up, and they
what's
are finding
iolite?
iolite around there.
What's iolite,
It's
Ryan?
known to have agatized dots like that in it alongside, trees, different types of petrified wood.
So is it a plant, like petrified plant material?
As far as we're concerned, it's just like it's a rhyolite with chalcedony spotting. Is pretty much what it is.
So I'm not sure if you can tell. There's some like little green dots in there, and that stuff is definitely a lot softer than the rest of the material. The pink and red stuff was actually quite hard. But yeah, the kind of green spots were real soft.
And I would love to get my hands on a piece of that just so I could tell you what it is.
Well, and I knew about oolite in that area. I knew they had oolite up there, but I didn't know they had the iolite over there too.
Right.
So Ryan, I've probably got about 20 pounds of that stuff. If you want a chunk, I can definitely send you a piece.
Okay, yeah, I'll tell you what it is.
Some research on, right?
That'd be great. Yeah, always love learning what stuff is.
Yeah.
Let's see. Cool. This came from the Ochiko agate beds last summer.
Oh,
okay.
And this was a piece I put in the Slab'asaurus and cut in half.
That's neat. Ha.
Let's see. Yeah, this came from the Ochiko agate beds as well. Similar ridge as the last piece.
Nice waterline.
Yeah, that was a beautiful one. Yep.
That's amazing.
Some Bear Creek petrified wood.
Wow.
That's cool.
What is that, an alder?
I am not sure. Someone told me it was sycamore.
Sycamore is what I'm thinking of. Yes, okay. Golden sycamore. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's gorgeous.
Yeah, I got a couple nice pieces of that. Yeah.
All right, now here we got you out in the field. That's
my buddy Tristan. That's like my go-to man for rock hounding. Yep.
Okay. Oh wow.
Let's see. Another little agate nodule. Yeah.
Gorgeous.
See, so this is a 273-pound chunk of petrified wood that we hauled off that hillside.
Now, how did you drag that down?
Yeah, right.
So about 100 yards behind Tristan is a 4x4 road that we had a truck parked on, and we used like big rope straps tied around the rock, and we basically drug it 100 yards across that hillside.
I love it.
And then we rolled it up a sketchy motorcycle ramp into the back of the truck. Like it was quite an adventure.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's beautiful. Look at that.
Yeah. So this came from the same area. We go to the Bear Creek Highway 27 area a lot.
Okay.
And this is the only piece of this that I have ever found out there. Yeah, gorgeous piece.
That's amazing. I guess you're holding on to that one, huh?
Yeah. Yep. Still have it. So that's the same piece, just not.
I was gonna say you can see the you see the saginite on the outside of that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Iris.
Piece of agate from Ochiko agate beds. Yeah.
Beautiful.
There you go.
So this was thin agate nodule that I cut in half with that's the first prototype Slabasaurus right there.
Okay. Very cool. Yeah, and that really shows how thin you can get them. That's great.
Oh, yeah. All the way down to the screw heads.
Yeah.
And you can get it thinner than that if you want to, put it down on that screw head.
Oh yeah,
pull that
could
back
have
out.
flipped
You
it
can
around
pull it right on the edge.
Yeah, you just tighten the screws in farther, right?
Oh yeah, yep.
Oh no, that's
cool.
Showing
using some pieces of wood between the screw heads.
There we go.
So there's definitely some occasions where I've had a rock that I just couldn't get the screw heads positioned well enough to where they would touch the rock. And so using a piece of wood, popsicle stick, something like that as a shim definitely works.
Okay. Right. I would think
And
that would be good on your softer materials too.
well, and just so
For
people
sure.
know, who do this, don't worry about it. That wood is sticking out there in your blade. It's just like the screw hedge. It's not going to hurt your blade.
Nope.
If it's too long, cut through it. The
Right.
rock's what's important.
Right. That's right. Screw that screw.
That's right.
Yeah,
These
so
are
this is the original prototype Slabasaurus here. You can definitely
okay.
tell way less holes in this first version.
Right. And it looks like different material too, is it? Or is it just
It's
painted?
just painted. Yeah.
Okay. Don't need that paint.
Piece of moss agate from the Ochikos. Yeah.
Okay. Another
Same
agate. That's
thing.
beautiful.
Another
Look
agate
at
from the
that.
Ochikos.
Very neat.
Another agate from the Ochikos.
Now,
That
what I'm
almost
seeing in
looks like
some
an
of these
egg.
explains why I have a chunk of Ochiko jasper that is a kind of an off orange, and I'm seeing a lot of orange in everything out there. So,
Right. And I'm assuming this is that, right?
Yep.
wow.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. And there's the big boy and the little girl. I
Yep, the
shouldn't say
Rockadile
that.
and the Slabasaurus.
The
Man, I
Saurus
can't
and
wait for
the
that
dial.
rockadile.
Yeah, that's great. That's great. I'm gonna have to hit you up for one of these for sure.
We also do have a larger vise coming as well for big saws.
Now,
Oh, really?
Okay.
this one
Yeah,
right here.
yep.
How
See
big?
how you can see how far that screw is screwed in on those two top ones right there.
Right.
And that's what I was saying. When you get those all the way in here against that back plate, you have about a 7mm slab.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. And this is the last picture we have. But yeah, that shows how close you can get it and still have, a lot of the rock. That's
And
awesome.
that's a pretty round, hard material. It's hard to clamp something like that as long as you have a little pocket for that screw head to catch.
Right.
I mean, I clamped that thing hard enough to take a bunch of slabs out of it. So
Right.
works great.
That's
Yeah.
really, really, really cool. Very, very cool.
Now, Nick is also into some other things. I saw a video of him, I think it was yesterday. He was doing some flying without an airplane.
What?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I do a thing called speed flying. It's
Do you wear a
kind of-
squirrel suit?
No,
Okay.
not quite that crazy, but close.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's basically like paragliding, except the wings that we use are like less than half the size of a paraglider.
Okay.
So
Okay.
we're flying pretty fast and low to the ground. I wish I would have given you
Furious.
guys a video to show.
That would have been cool. That
And
would
if
have
I
been
remember
real cool.
correctly, you actually started from the ground and caught the wind from the ground and pulled off of a hillside.
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. So running right off of the
Right.
hillside. Yep.
Nice.
So kind of like when we were kids, taking a big piece of cardboard or something and running down the hill trying to get a little lift. That's kind of what he's
trying to
doing
get
with
some
that.
air.
It was an awesome
Oh,
video,
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
And how
Yeah,
did
if
you get
anyone-
into that?
Wow. So 7 years ago, had a buddy that got a hold of me. He was interested in paramotoring. And so we went to a school down in California, learned to paramotor. That led to paragliding. Paragliding led to speed flying.
Okay.
It's just been a slow progression into flying smaller and faster aircraft.
Right. Gotcha. Sharon would like to know real quick before we go back to just you. Will the Slabasaurus will work on her 20-inch, or would she need to wait for the bigger one?
It will work on a 20-inch. She would maybe want 10-inch rod set for it, or she could wait for the larger one as well. Yeah.
Okay. And how far out are we on the larger one?
The large one is probably a month out.
Okay. So not
No.
forever. Okay.
No, nope.
Okay. Cool.
Now, before we get back away from those, also something we didn't talk about. Would you like to talk about pricing on those, Nick, or is that something you would rather have them contact you to find out?
Oh, no, I'll definitely talk about pricing.
Yeah.
So the price is not confirmed for the Rockadile yet. We've still got to figure out some materials and stuff like that. But the Slabasaurus, because we're going through PayPal, unfortunately, there's some fees that get tacked on there.
Mm-hmm.
So right now, out the door shipped, it is $141.
That's not bad. That's not bad at all.
I paid it and felt happy about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could say it's all made in the USA, USA hardware, materials, made in our shop by our hands. Yep.
Yes. Support other American small businesses, people. Please.
Definitely. Yeah.
Well,
Please.
for guys like me, I'm supporting a local business. I mean, matter of fact,
Right.
I'm going to be up in your area tomorrow. I'm going to be in Bend. And
Oh, gorgeous weather we're having.
Yeah, Nick's like 2
Yeah.
hours from me, a 2-hour drive up in that area. So I'm also supporting local that way.
Nice. Nice. Very cool. Anybody else in the viewership have any other questions they want to ask Nick before we start running short on time here? Or Ryan,
What
or-
is your? I always ask everyone when they come on, what's your favorite gemstone?
Ooh. I think that answer would have been a lot different maybe a year ago. Right now, and I don't know if you can consider it gemstone, but gembone. Like that is, I am so hooked on gembone. I have a lot of it currently. Yeah.
Now, are you going
Okay.
to start doing cabbing, or do you already do some cabbing? What are you going to do with all this slab that you come up with?
So when I first started cutting slabs, that was kind of the plan, was to get a cabbing machine and start kind of going that route. That has changed recently. So I've been doing macro photography for quite some time. And I found gembone and took a look one day with my macro setup, and I've been doing that 100% since then. So basically, all the material that I collect and cut is purely for photography purposes.
Oh, wow.
And then I'll probably sell stuff or keep it as a display for the photography. Yep.
You and Andrew.
I'm
would
just
get
raising
along?
my hand for when you start selling stuff.
Andrew does
Materials.
photography too.
Dibs.
Oh,
Dibs.
yeah. All right.
And then, Kirsten, you want to ask your question?
Oh
that
yeah,
you like
yeah.
to
So
ask all the time?
Bill, he was in the comments. He's like, "Hey, Kirsten, ask your favorite question." I think that's so funny. So my favorite question to ask is, if you could eliminate from the planet any one mineral, what would it be?
Oh.
Don't think too hard.
Okay.
She's so
Wow. Pumice.
Okay, interesting
I don't
choice.
Why? What
Seems
you
like
got against pumice?
well, no, I guess pumice is kind of useful. I was trying to think of a useless mineral.
Right?
I
There
don't
aren't
think there
any.
is any,
Yeah, I mean they all have some use, right?
They do. They do.
Yeah.
except for moldavite.
All rocks need love, Kirsten. All of
No,
them.
not moldavite.
What's moldavite?
Oh, it's a green glass from the Middle East that
Like
blew up
slag?
on TikTok
It's
in
a tech type that was
2021.
created
And
from.
Meteorites. Yeah.
And people think it will
Interesting.
change their
But it is
life.
so faked that the
is
chances
so
of you
faked.
getting an actual real piece is
Heineken
beyond.
Like metaphysical kind of stuff.
yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
And you
I
can take
just
an old
look
green
at it and
beer
I go,
bottle, you know.
that's
Yeah.
To
glass.
each their own.
Yeah.
That's
You
an
know
old
what I mean?
Heineken
That's
glass.
right.
Their own.
To each
Exactly. An
their
old Heineken bottle makes great moldavite.
Right. But you know, if you believe something will
If you
change
love
your
it,
life, it probably will change your life.
that's
if
all
you
that
believe
matters.
it.
There you
But
go.
you know
Yep.
what? If that's your thing,
Totally.
more power to you. Just don't send one to Kirsten because she will throw it in the trash.
Oh,
She also
I don't
does
think
not,
I'd throw it away, but yeah.
doesn't drink beer out of green bottles either.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, Jaws
Has
had
that
a
same
good idea.
connotation.
If you've never done macro photography with Murray Mountain moss agate,
Yeah.
Oh, Maury
yes.
Mountain is awesome.
That would be
I
beautiful.
have. I
Yeah?
did send a photo over to you guys with like the first huge batch. Probably got lost in the shuffle, but I have recently done some incredible Maury Mountain moss photos. Yeah.
since so many photos, I went to open the group and my Facebook crashed.
Yeah, man. Sorry.
My phone was just like, ah! Then it just died. It wouldn't do anything. It was
Right.
terrible.
I'm
Yeah.
looking to see if I can find it.
Well, and
There's a
I'm
lot of pretty
honestly a
photos.
little disappointed because I thought you were going to show up with a long beard and an eye patch.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I couldn't find the pirate outfit. Parrot had the day off.
Parrot a day off.
That's funny.
I have
That's
5
funny.
kids. I have more than one parrot.
Oh, yeah, there you go. There you
They
go.
parrot everything.
Oh my gosh, that was a ridiculous amount of photos. It'll take me hours to look through all this.
All right, cool.
I
won't
do
even
see
let
some
me look
really
at it.
cool stuff though. Oh, because I'm on a computer, so I can flip back and forth between all the.
So this is some of the Maury Mountain moss that I was shooting recently.
Okay.
Oh, gorgeous.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's really
pretty.
nice.
Very
Now,
cool.
one thing about the videos, the photos that you showed, especially the petrified wood was the one I wanted to. So a lot of people, and I admin for petrified wood collectors of the world. And I'm always getting questions, how can you tell the difference between this and petrified wood? And sometimes I have to tell them, you have to get in where you can actually examine to see what's inside. You have to look for the cell structure. Those macro photos that you showed are a perfect example of being able to get a close-up of something that's well enough. And if you have petrified wood, all of the color can be gone, all of the striations can be gone, but you're still going to have that cell structure in there.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
right.
definitely. Someone told me that to get the proper look at the cells, they need like an end grain cut, a rip cut, so same direction as the grain, and then a 45-degree angle cut. And with those 3, apparently they can give you a correct species.
So not just petrified wood, but the actual species that way.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Makes sense.
That's cool.
So that's what I did
good
with
to
that
know.
piece of sycamore.
Okay.
Is that very thing. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
So
neat. That's good
That's
to know.
awesome.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to talk about?
Dave, did you have any questions tonight?
Yeah, do you
I
have
didn't hear
anything
you ask
other
anything.
than
I've asked a million questions. I can always come up with something else.
Look,
I mean, you know.
Dave gets to hang out with Nick, so Nick's probably just sick of hearing Dave talk. No, I'm kidding.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry, Nick.
I guess
Sorry.
the big question is when I come up this summer, are we going rock hunting?
Yes.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, I'll take you out.
And do you have rock hunting for old geezers that can't walk 1,000,000 miles?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
See, it's I don't get to do a lot of rock hunting, Nick, as much as I love it. I'll be up there with my buddy Jeff this weekend. We're taking the wives up there and go and spend some time on the river, and we just don't have the ability to go out and do a lot of the walking and stuff. So, but we are looking for places to go and people to go with.
My grandpa.
yeah,
So you know,
man.
Nick, you might want to bring some sunflower seeds. It might slow him down a little bit. I'm just saying.
All right.
Just saying, bro.
Hey, nothing's gonna slow me down.
Dave,
Hey,
my
Pearson, there's a clip right there.
grandfather had a walker that had like 4-wheel tires on it.
Oh
You
yeah.
would use for gardening. You should take that with you. Get one
Yeah,
of
that's a good
those.
idea.
Modify a walker to have big knobby wheels on it.
Well,
There's plenty of good places around here that you can just drive up to, basically, that don't require a huge hike or adventure. But that's definitely the kind of thing that we look for usually.
I was going to say I did one up on that. I went out and I bought a side-by-side. And that'll get me up in some of the rougher areas, but I'm finding a hard time finding places where you can actually legally access. And so that becomes a difficult part. But, have the capability.
Are you bringing that when you come to Utah?
We are, as a matter of fact.
Oh, sweet. I'm so excited. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, I'm going to treat Kirsten back to some of her own style of driving because I'll be behind the wheel.
There you go. Okay, guys. It is time for our giveaway.
I got everything here for you.
How many? What's our numbers,
16.
Fred?
We have
16. Nick,
Yep.
can you do us a favor and pick a number between 1 and 16, please?
7.
7. Who is number 7?
Oh, speaking of, it was Julie's ship.
Awesome!
Wow,
Yay!
Julie's winning all the good stuff.
Julie has the best luck.
Yes,
On a
she
winning
does.
streak, huh?
Yes, she
Yeah,
does.
she
That's
is.
what, like the third one she's won?
Yeah.
Good job,
That's
Julie.
awesome. Congratulations.
So what is she getting this
Julie,
week again? She's getting
She
from
is
the stuff
going
from
to
Brad.
get- you want me to
Satin
throw the
spar
pictures up
selenite
again?
power and
Yep.
that Orthoceras fossil.
Yep. So this
And 2 slabs.
And 2
and
slabs.
that
That's correct.
and 2 slabs.
Cool.
So
Hey, real quick,
cool.
well, what kind of fossil is that?
Orthoceras.
Everyone's
sure
just
if that's
saying
the
what
right-
I said,
We're not
and
sure.
it's probably
ortho
wrong.
something.
It's ortho something.
Can I Google ortho something?
Sure.
So
Do
you're going
it.
to get some ortho
Sure.
something.
You'll get
Tell
some
us what it
weird
really
responses.
is. Yeah.
Hey, and Jaws Jr. just reminded me. He said he's taking care of me Saturday. We are going to be up there Saturday, and we're going
Orthoceras is
to
correct.
over and pick up obsidian.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, going to
Oh,
Glass
that'd be
Butte.
fun.
Oh,
Give me
Tammy
some.
said ortho something is an ancient squid.
Yeah, Orthoceras
Yes.
is correct.
That's right,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's the top
all right.
part because it had
Right.
like almost a horn on the. You know where they go like this and they have the fins coming off the side on a normal squid? It was like a shell on them.
Okay.
Oh.
And then I was just looking at pictures and stuff after. He's like, "What's it called?" And I was like, "I'm gonna tell you right now what it's called."
Awesome. That's
Orthoceras
cool.
is
Great.
correct.
That's
Yeah.
great. Julie, I would tell you to send your information into rocktalklapidary@gmail.com, but I have a feeling we already have it. Who've won before. Kirsten, you do have her email and her information correct?
Oh, I
Just
probably
send to
do. If not,
Brad.
I can ask. That's fine.
Okay.
She can message me on Facebook. We're friends.
Okay. Oh, perfect. Perfect.
I do want
Okay.
to add one thing before we end the show, before Courtney, you end the show. For the great big giveaway that we're doing at the end of the season, week 20, I've been adding something new every week. And so this is a bag of pay dirt from the SK Star Mine 2.
Nice.
This is black topaz. I have been buying these for years, and I've been friends with the mine owners for years too. They are just great people, but full of black topaz. So that's going in the pile for the giveaway.
Nice.
Now,
I'll
whoever
let you
wins what
close up.
Kirsten has is going to get a really good deal because there'll be $500 worth of just shipping alone by the time she's done.
Probably.
Right? Yes, so for the end of season giveaways, we are each co-host is doing something or somethings for the end of season giveaway. Every person that's ever come to watch the show and ever made a comment is entered into that
season.
Season, whatever.
From
For
when
the
we
particular
announced it,
season.
I think
Right.
episode like 14.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So since we've announced it, so yes. So everybody, and then at the, wow, I can't even talk. The last show of the season, we will do 6 drawings of names, 6 giveaways. Each one of us will be sending somebody something special.
It's going to be a big party.
Gonna be a blowout. So, because we love you guys, and we appreciate you being here. We appreciate Nick being here. Thank
Yeah,
you so
thank
much,
you.
Nick.
Definitely.
Super excited. I will definitely be ordering me a Slabasaurus.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely.
I'll test out your big ones
Absolutely.
when they come out if you need somebody to test one.
There you go.
Definitely.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'll throw down
Yeah.
There
one
you
for
go.
you. I'll
And,
clean it and
goal
ship
is-
it back. I'll let you know.
Our goal is to have it hold a 100-pound rock.
Nice.
Nice.
So a 100-pound rock, you could use that in a 36 or the new 44 that Highland Park's
Right.
putting out.
You're gonna have to
Yeah,
get a bigger saw, Ryan.
24 and up.
24 and up. Highland
you
Park
go.
just announced a new
There you go.
44-inch saw. So yeah.
It was a 45-inch automatic saw.
Was it
Yeah,
45?
like a CNC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's. I was gonna ask you, have you thought about coming out with one for different drop saws?
So that's a question we've gotten just frequently, actually quite a few times. I wasn't even familiar with what a drop saw was until someone asked me.
I would look into that
So-
one, buddy. There's a lot of people who use them to cut up very large pieces of stone, and then they put that into smaller saws to slab. So if you could get something that could hold a big stone with not a lot of hassle, people could use their drop saws for slabbing. You could change a lot of stuff for people.
Yeah.
So we have sold 2 Slabasauruses to people that had, I believe they were Highland Park 14-inch drop saws.
Drop saws, right.
And they requested a slightly shorter rod set, and they seem to be working in their saw great.
Awesome.
Okay.
All right, guys. Let's close it out. Are there any closing comments anybody needs to make, wants to make, has to make?
Please, guys, if you would go and check out our Instagram, it's Rock Talk Lapidary, and the Facebook group. Come join our Facebook group if you're not on there.
Absolutely.
That includes you, Nick. If you're not in there, you should be.
Yeah.
Rock Talk Lapidary Facebook group. It's not for sales and stuff. Just so you guys know before you come there, it's about the show, letting you know what's upcoming and pictures from the show and stuff like that, so you guys can all keep up with us. Or if you have questions, we'll answer those on there too, for sure.
Absolutely.
Other than that, that's what I got. Like, share, subscribe, turn the bell on.
And that our
you,
group,
Ryan.
our Rock Talk Lapidary group, is another place. If you needed to, you could go and yell at somebody, say, "Hey, I need stickers. How do I get them? I forgot. I can't find the link. Whatever." Go join our Rock Talk Lapidary group and give one of us a holler.
There you go. Absolutely. Thank you, gentlemen. I am going to start taking people out. Nick, if you want to hang around,
raccoons.
we do a little after show chat.
Sure.
Yeah.
So again, thank you so much for being on, and we will see ya.
All right. Thanks for having me.
Tuesday,
Thank
sell
you, everyone.
show, same time. See you Tuesday.
Thank you, Ryan.
I got you.
Dave, any last closing comments before I take you out?
Thought it was a great show. I want to thank everybody for coming and joining us. We have so much fun, and all of the questions and the comments that everybody makes, it makes the show what it is. And we really appreciate all of our viewers. Tell everybody you know about it. Come and visit our links. Come visit the Rock Tumblers for Autism. We just gave away 2 more Rock Tumblers to kids who have autism. And so just come and have some fun with us.
Awesome. Thank you, Dave. We'll see you next time. Ryan, anything else other than what you already said?
Not at all. Don't forget your
All right.
sunflower seeds. That's all I got to say.
All right, guys, that is all we have for tonight. I do want to let you know that Tuesday this week coming up is our sales show, and it is Kirsten and Brad this week. That is Tuesday, 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 7 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. Be there, be square. Thank you all for coming. We love you very much, and we are so glad to still be here and to have you all be here with us. So we will see you next week. You know, I always am late on the outro. Okay. Love you guys. See you next time.
Great show, guys. Let's go. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. See you next Thursday at 7 p.m. Mountain Standard Time.